Swami Shiva Prabhupada ki Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Pariva Jagacharya Stota Rata Krishna Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Nanda Prabhupada Shalinda ki Namacharya Sri Das Thakur ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava. Sankranti Shrimadbhagavatam ki. Rama Veda Bhakti ki. I go over payment. All glories to some. All glories to some. All glories to some. All glories to Shri Guru Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya.
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Naram Sarvananotamam.
Nirottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudirye.
Tato Jayamudire.
Nastapraya Shabhadreshu.
Nastapraya Shubhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Utamashloke.
Bhagavati Utamashloke.
Bhaktir Bhagavati Naishtiki.
Bhaktir Bhagavati Naishtiki. 25.
Hare Krishna. Reading from Grantharaj Shrimadbhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, Text number 25.
Excuse me, I heard you say today, most auspicious day.
Sat-tila.
Oh, today's Ekadashi. Okay, I heard.
Lord Krishna's entrance into Dwaraka.
25.
Nityam Nirkshamananam.
Nityam Nirikshamananam.
Yadapi Dwarakau Kaksam.
Yadapi Dvarakau Kasam.
Nabripriyanti Hidrishaha.
Navipranti Hindrisha.
Shriyo Damangamachutam.
Shriyo Dhammamachutam.
Nityam Nirikshamananam.
Nityam Nirikshamananam.
Yadapi Dwarakau Kasam.
Yadapi Dvarakau Kasam.
Navripratyanti Hidrishaha.
Navipranti Hindrisha.
Shriyo Damangamachutam.
Shriyo Dhammamachutam.
Nityam Nirikshamananam.
Nityam Nirikshamananam.
Yadapi Dwarakau Kasam.
Yadapi Dvarakau Kasam.
Navripyanti Hidrishaha.
Navipranti Hindrisha.
Shriyo Damangamachutam.
Shriyo Dhammamachutam. Nityam Nirikshamananam.
Nityam
Yadapi Dvarakau Kasam.
Yadapi Dwarakau Kasam.
Navipranti Hindrisha.
Navripyanti Hidrishaha.
Shriyo Dhammamachutam.
Shriyo Damangamachutam.
Nityam Nirikshamananam. Nityam Nirikshamananam.
Yadapi Dwarakau Kasam. Navripyanti Hidrisha. Shriyo Damangamachutam.
Nityam Niriksamanandam.
Nityam Nirikshamananam.
Yadapi Dvarakakasasam.
Yadapi Dwarakau Kasam.
Navipyanti Hidrisam.
Navipranti Hindrisha.
Shriyo Dhammangamachutam.
Shriyo Dhammamachutam.
Nityam.
Nityam.
Regularly, always.
Regularly, always.
Nirikshamananam.
Nirikshamananam.
Of those who look at him.
Of those who look at him.
Yet.
Yet.
Although. api,
api,
in spite of,
in spite of,
Dwarka Okasa,
Dwaraka Okasam,
the inhabitants of Dwaraka,
the inhabitants of Dwaraka,
no,
no,
never,
never,
Vitpriyanti,
with Pranti,
satisfied,
satisfied,
He.
exactly,
Exactly.
Risha,
Isha.
sight,
Sight.
Shriya,
Shriya.
beauties,
beauties,
Dhamma Angam,
Dhamma,
the bodily reservoir,
the body,
Reservoir.
Achitam,
Achitam,
the infallible.
the
Infallible.
The inhabitants, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Charananda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The inhabitants of Dwarka were regularly accustomed to look upon the reservoir of all beauty, the infallible Lord, yet they were never satiated. Please repeat. The inhabitants of Dwarka were regularly accustomed to look upon the reservoir of all beauty,
the reservoir of all beauty,
the infallible Lord,
The infallible Lord.
yet they were never satisfied.
Yet they were never satisfied. Satiated.
Satiated, sorry.
Satiated.
Thank you. The inhabitants, when the ladies of the city of Dwarka got up on the roofs of their palaces, they never thought they had previously many times seen the beautiful body of the infallible Lord. This indicates that they had no satiation in desiring to see the Lord. Anything material seen for a number of times ultimately becomes unattractive by the laws of satiation. The laws of satiation acts materially, but there is no scope for this, no scope for it in the spiritual realm. The word infallible is significant here because although the Lord has mercifully descended on earth, He is still infallible. The living entities are fallible because when they come in contact with the material world, they lack the spiritual identity, and thus the body materially obtained becomes subject to birth, growth, transformation, situation, deterioration, and annihilation under the laws of nature. The Lord's body is not like that. He descends and He is as He is and is never under the laws of material modes. His body is the source of everything that be, the reservoir of all beauties, beyond our experience. No one, therefore, is satiated by seeing the transcendental bodies of the Lord, because there are always manifestations of newer and newer beauties. The transcendental name, form, qualities, entourage, etc. are all spiritual manifestations, and there is no satiation in chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no satiation in discussing the qualities of the Lord. There is no limitation on the entourage of the Lord. He is the source of all and is limitless. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Jadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Nantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Paridanakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishatam Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopeshwar Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Namaneshwari Subhanuste Devi Paramami Hari Pri Anchakalpa Trubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Bhavane Vaishvabhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Saraswati Gaura Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. The inhabitants of Dwarka were regularly accustomed to look upon the reservoir of all beauty, the infallible Lord, yet they were never satiated. So, Lord Krishna is entering into Dwarka. And two things we can discuss today. Prabhupada writes, the significant word in this is infallible, Lord. So, Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita chapter 15 at the end that there are two persons, the fallible and the infallible. And we, as living entities in the material world, we are fallible. We know by the most basic things that to err is human. Right? Anybody has never made a mistake before? So, thus, by basic definition, we are fallible. But what makes us fallible, actually, is that we have come under the influence of material nature. Right? We have become confused in our real identity. So the jiva originally is infallible, perfect. Why? Because we are part and parcel of the supreme infallible. So Krishna, by basic understanding, is always perfect. He is infallible. But this basic premise is often confused. And we do it sometimes in our own understanding, Sometimes we wonder why Krishna did this. Is it right? Is it wrong? We know in the pastime of Ramayana when Lord Ram banishes Mother Sita, after her incredible surrender and sacrifice, and years of, pains of separation, on the whim, we can say, of just a rumor that was being spread, he banished her to the forest. He abandoned her. And, she had her children, Love and Kush, in the forest. And so one can say, wow, that's how the Lord can be so unkind. Or we see that, in this Mathura Lila, that after Jarasandha had attacked and been defeated, then ultimately Krishna and Balaram, what do? They flee, they run away, they leave the battlefield. That's why he's called Ranchorji, because he is fleeing the battlefield. So is he a coward? Is he scared? He even going to Dwarka, he has to build an island in the middle of the sea to protect himself and his residents. He goes and steals butter. So the confusion lies that we don't understand and remember that the Lord is always perfect. And actually all of his pastimes are absolute. There is no that, this pastime is nice, but this one, I don't know. They are all on the absolute plane. They're all perfect. And they are all transcendental. And that is why we understand that he is infallible. And Krishna says that this janma karma chamedevyam. If you know just the nature of my janma, my birth, and my activities, 19 momita surgery, you don't have to ever come back. So, because we forget that the Lord is a supreme perfect personality. If we just understand that, it's sufficient to be liberated and return to our infallible position. So just because Krishna comes here, he does not appear like us. Right? The Prabhupada always gave the example of the king. The king appears in the prison when he wants to. But when he walks through the halls of the prison, he is not subjected to the rules of the prison. He is transcendental to those rules. So similarly, Krishna appears in this world when he wants to. But he's not influenced by the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. He's not subjected to those laws. He is a creator of those laws. As the king is a creator of the rules in the prison, he cannot be subjected to them. But the foolish think that the Lord, even the Mayavadis, what's the Mayavadi philosophy? They say that the Supreme Lord assumed a form when he descended to the material world, forced by nature. But his eternal position is imperishable. That's foolishness. When Krishna appears, he appears himself. And his body is himself. We go through so much staunch study to realize that we are not this body. Right? But Krishna is his body. He's the one and the same. It's all spirit. His body doesn't have intestines and a stomach and a heart and this machinery. This machinery that his body, the inside of the body is Sat-chit Ananda. That is the ingredients. So when we see at the end of this canto and at the end of Shrimadbhagavatam, Krishna is apparently shot in the toe by an arrow. And blood comes. But it's not blood like yours and ours. Because his body is not maturing. It is spiritual. But for the pastime of giving up his pastimes here, he enacts that lila. But the misinformed think, Krishna was shot in the toe, and thus he died. Krishna doesn't die. He just disappears. He leaves. Just like the sun, when it sets, it doesn't die. It just goes out of our vision. So Krishna is neither born, he's not born, he appears. Because he's always there. When we assume a body, that body takes birth. And Prabhupada says, right? The body is born, and then it grows, it maintains, it reproduces, it dwindles, and then it dies. These are the 6 transformations of the body, inhabited by the soul. Right? So Krishna here is infallible, and the supreme, person in all regards. That's the meaning of absolute. And his form is perfect, his names are perfect, his pastimes are perfect, his qualities are perfect, everything about him. That's what makes him infallible. And the only logical conclusion then, when we understand that, is we should surrender. Because we know we are not. We are fallible. And we are fully dependent. So in a dependent state, you have to latch on to something. Right? Like a baby is dependent. So baby latches onto mother for its sustenance. Because it has no means of self-maintenance. So we are also in that condition. We are maintained, right? Nitya nityananam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yobadityati kaman. That we are eternal among millions of eternals. But there is one supreme eternal who is maintaining all others. Who is that? Supreme eternal maintaining all of us? Krishna. So the logical understanding is that then I should surrender to the infallible Lord. Because when I do, then all my needs of dependency are fulfilled. And here in this verse, we see one of the wonderful features of the Lord. That this surrender to the Lord, this love to the Lord, it's never satiated. That means that we never get tired of looking at the Lord, chanting His names, hearing about the Lord. The happiness one achieves is ever increasing. It means that today is the least amount of happiness I'll get compared to tomorrow and in the future. But in material world, we know whatever I have today, this is the most I will enjoy. Because tomorrow it will diminish. Some amount. No matter what it is. I have a new fancy phone. I have a new car, a house, whatever it is. It will diminish. Because everything in the material world diminishes over time. You take your most favorite object, favorite movie, favorite food item, whatever it is. Each day you observe and enjoy that, you'll see, you'll get less and less enjoyment. But in the spiritual world, the spiritual realm, it's the exact opposite. The more we engage, the more we find happiness. As time progresses, we get more and more, to the point that it's never satiated. The ladies at Dwarka have seen Krishna so many times. But it's as if they are seeing Him for the first time. This is the unlimited feature of the Lord. And in the spiritual world, this is happening. In the spiritual world, the happiness is ever increasing. But we can't understand that, right? Because we find we cannot contextualize infinite, because everything we see has a beginning and end, right? It's a fixed. But Krishna's supreme potency is such that it's ever increasing in happiness. And we see this in the pastime of Govardhan Lila. In Govardhan Lila, when Krishna lifts Govardhan, the residents of Vrindavan are standing underneath this giant mountain being held by Krishna. And what are they doing? No activity. There are no activities. They're just standing. They're just standing. Now, how many of us would like to go stand in one place for 7 days and 7 nights? Forget 7 days, 7 nights. How about 7 hours? You just stand and do nothing. Just look. What would be our state of mind? We'd be happy? Excited? Even 7 minutes we could not do. But the residents of Vrindavan are doing only one thing. They are just seeing Krishna. They're not hearing. They're not tasting. They're not doing some activity. They're just seeing Krishna. And in seeing Krishna with their eyes, they're so overwhelmed. Now, Krishna at this time is how many years old? 7.
7. Okay.
So for 7 years they have been seeing Krishna.
He held Govardhan York for 7 years.
No. He was 7 years old.
Oh.
So they've already been seeing him in all his activities for 7 years. So there's nothing new to see. But standing under Govardhan, they are not even shifting their legs. They're like statues. They have become like stones. They're just staring at the beauty of, they're drinking the nectarian beauty. And each minute that passes, the beauty is increased. They cannot get enough of it. They're not eating. They're not drinking. They're not sleeping. They're not shifting. They are not just talking, looking here and there. They're just fixed. And they are feeling that they don't have enough time to see Krishna properly. When Krishna reveals after 7 days that, hey, the lands are dry now, everybody go back. Nobody wants to go back. They haven't done anything. No activities. But what has been happening? They have been seeing the beauty of the Lord. This is the nature of Krishna. He's the reservoir of everything. And he has an unlimited feature. And so, when we think about, we have material attachments, right? Why do we have some material attachments? Because we find some happiness from it. We find something attractive in it. When Krishna says surrender everything, it means we have to give up our material pleasures and exchange them for spiritual pleasures. Right? Now just think about this in the most basic logic. Whatever it is that I'm enjoying in this material activity, who is the possessor of that attractive feature in full? Krishna. But why don't I so readily give up my material attachments? Because I feel that if I come to Krishna, I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose this. This experience. Whatever it is I'm experiencing material, I don't want to give that up. Because I feel like when I serve Krishna, I'm not going to get that. But how foolish is that logic? Whatever it is that we are enjoying in this activity, Krishna has that rasa, that feature in full, unlimited. So why we are trying to enjoy the limited when we can enjoy the unlimited? What Krishna doesn't have. He's the source of everything. At the end of the 10th chapter, he says, Arjuna, all these opulences, this is but just a spark of my splendor. Everything you see beautiful in the world, everything you experience, that's just a tiny fraction of Krishna's potency. So then why we are hankering and holding on to these material attachments? It is our foolishness. That is our impurities. That is our fallible nature. Because the infallible Radha Kunja is just standing right there. Everything we could possibly desire. Because Krishna is Anadir Adir Sarvakarnakar. He is the source of everything. And so this is the experience that the residents of Dwarka are having. The ladies who've gone on a rooftop, they are seeing it as if it's something new and fresh. And we have this experience, whether we realize it or not. You know, in our Journey of Self-Discovery seminar, we always do this little experiment. You take any 3 words you like. You know, pick 3 words. And you chant those 3 words. You cannot chant those 3 words more than for 1 or 2 minutes. And you'll become like disturbed mentally. But we are chanting 3 words, Hare, Krishna, and Rama, for hours a day, day after day, after day after day. And if we are chanting properly, we will see that actually our experience in chanting is getting more and more powerful as days progress, as we purify. Because this is the potency of the Lord, the spiritual nature of the Lord. You know, if you go to the Louvre Museum in Paris, one of the most famous museums of the world. And there are many, paintings and sculptures, the famous Mona Lisa is there. if you had unlimited access, you can go and take darshan of Mona Lisa. But how many of you would feel inspired to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, take bath, put tilak on to go see Mona Lisa? You might do 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, but that's like, I've already seen. It's done. Done. The most famous and most amazing painting in the entire of the world. Da Vinci has depicted timeless beauty that still she's beautiful today, though painted so long ago. No eyebrows she has, yet beautiful. This is a skill. But after 5, 6, 7 days, we'll see. How many days you can come and see Radha Kunj Vihari? Every day we come and see. And wow, something special is there. This is the unlimited nature of the Lord. So, He has taken position in this stone. But it's not stone. Because Krishna can turn anything into His full potency. There's no difference between the deity form of Krishna and Krishna Himself. No difference. Yet, if we knew, and you got one email or a WhatsApp announcement with a flyer, Krishna is coming to Devasadan Mandir, and He's going to be giving darshan at 4:45. How many of us would come?
Of course.
All of us. Oh, Krishna's coming. He's coming for these 3 days. January 17th, 18th, 19th. We would book our days, right? If Supreme Lord is coming, Haribol! Let's take advantage. And if it was said that you could have as much association as you want, would we ever leave? No. Krishna's coming! So Krishna's here every day. No flyer needed. 365. But we're yet not perceiving that there's no difference between Radha Kunj and Krishna. He is Krishna. Full potency, not a partial representation. The full potency of the Supreme Lord is residing here. Full potency. But because of our impurities, we're not yet perceiving that. So, what do? Keep purifying through our intense sadhana, through our disciplined practice of spiritual life. Then we will purify our senses and see the Lord as the Supreme Lord. And when we do, we'll not be able to tear our eyes away. We will lament to the Lord that, Lord, why you only gave me 2 eyes? You should have given me 4. And then when we have 4, you become greedy. Hey, 4 is not enough. I need 6. Because 6 eyes is not enough to see the beauty of the Lord. And that'll continue until you're begging, Krishna, give me millions of eyes. Give me millions of ears. Because this is the nature of the Lord. His attractive feature, when we say all attractive, it means all attractive. You cannot get enough. This is what the inhabitants of Dwarka have experiencing. They regularly have seen the Lord, but as if they're seeing Him for the first time. So we can rest assured we'll never get tired in spiritual life. Oh, will I get bored of this mantra? Will I get bored of reading Krishna book and hearing His pastime? Will I get bored? There's endless variety and rasa. So I thought we'll just spend 2 minutes talking about today is also a very auspicious day of Makar Sankranti. It's Sat-tila Ekadashi. This is an auspicious day to render more devotional service, chant more rounds, read more, render some practical service. It's also a very auspicious day to offer charity, some donation to the Lord. So the astrological occurrences, this is when the sun moves to the north. We just read a few chapters prior. What happened on this day? Huh? Or what happened on this day?
Krishna goes into Jordan.
Bhishma leaves his body on this day. So this is the day that Bhishma left his body. Right? We can see, right? Because Gita Jayanti was 6 weeks ago. Then you had the whole battle of Kurukshetra. Then there's time passed on leaving, lying on a bed of arrow, and then he leaves on this day in the presence of the Lord. This is also the day that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. So for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, a bittersweet day, because it was a day in which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cut his beautiful hair. Oh, Krishna, the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's hair cutting. It took 2 hours and hours and hours because the barber could not dare to cut the beautiful locks of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mother Sachi was in such devastation. But also for the propagation of the Yuga Dharma. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas because he understood that people were not going to take to his message seriously unless he entered into the renounced order of life. So he took sannyas. And many other things. This is it is a very auspicious day to observe Ekadashi and also to perform some more additional devotional service. There are many cultural festivals that take place. This is the kite flying day in the spiritual world. Normally we offer kites to the deities, but I think Nitikeshwari forgot. In South India they do pongal, right? Pongal. So I'm sure some pongal will be made today. We don't eat pongal today because it's Ekadashi. Huh?
Sesame seed.
Sesame. Dal.
So the dal chicken.
Yeah. So anyways, it's a great, fortunate day. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Shrimadbhagavatam ki. Prabhupada ki. Any discussion, comments, questions?
Thank you, bro. Thanks for that.
Jai Shri Prabhupada ki.